Long ago, the world was full of people. Cities were busy, children laughed, men built houses, women cooked and sang songs. But deep inside their hearts, they had forgotten something. They had forgotten God. They no longer prayed. They no longer cared about kindness or truth. Everywhere you looked, there was fighting, stealing, lying, and wickedness. The earth was filled with pain, not because there wasn't enough food or water, but because there was no love left in the hearts of men. But somewhere, far away from the noise, lived a man named Noah. He was different. He didn't follow the crowd. He walked with God, quietly, faithfully, every single day. One night, as the world slept, a voice broke through the silence. It was the voice of God. He said that the world had become too evil to continue. A great flood was coming, a flood that would cover every mountain and wash away everything evil. But God had found Noah, a man of faith, and told him to build an ark big enough to save his family and every kind of animal on earth. It was a mission no one had ever heard of, a task so great it sounded impossible. But Noah did not argue. He did not ask how. He simply bowed his head and said yes. Yes to God's plan. The next morning, Noah began to work. He cut down trees, he shaped wood, he gathered pitch. Every day, people walked past him, laughing. "What are you building?" they whispered. "A ship in the middle of dry land?" But Noah kept going. For 100 years, he worked, cutting, lifting, building, and believing. Every hammer strike echoed like a heartbeat of faith. Every piece of wood was a promise that God would keep his word. While the world laughed, Noah built. While others danced in sin, Noah trusted in silence. Years passed. Then one morning, something strange began to happen. The ground shook softly. The wind carried a new sound, the footsteps of creation. From the forests came the lions. From the mountains came the goats. From the desert, camels and snakes. From the rivers, crocodiles and frogs. And from the skies, flocks of birds, flying together in peace. Two by two they came, male and female, walking side by side without fear. Predator and prey, wild and gentle, obeying the voice that created them. And the people who once laughed now stood in the silence, watching the impossible. When all the animals were inside, Noah and his family entered too. Then something happened that no human hand could do. God himself closed the door of the ark. Outside, the skies grew dark. Thunder rolled. Raindrops began to fall, one by one. Then, in torrents, people screamed. They ran toward the ark, begging to come in. But the door was sealed. The time for mercy had ended. Then, the world began to drown. Water rose from the ground and fell from the sky. Mountains disappeared. Cities vanished. The laughter that once filled the earth was replaced by the roaring of waves. But inside the ark, there was peace. Noah's family cared for the animals. They fed them, comforted them, and waited. The rain beat against the wood, but the ark stood firm, carried by the hands of God himself. For 40 days and 40 nights, it rained without stopping. And when the last voice on earth was silent, the ark floated alone in the middle of a new, endless sea. Then the rain stopped. The thunder faded, but outside the ark there was no land, only silence and water stretching as far as the eye could see. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. Still, the ark floated. Inside, the family waited patiently, feeding the animals, praying every morning. Then one day, Noah sent out a raven. It flew across the water, but it found no place to rest. He waited 7 more days and sent out a dove. The dove returned with nothing. But when he sent it out again, it came back with a small green leaf in its mouth. Noah's heart leapt with joy. The world was alive again. After 1 year inside the ark, the water finally dried up. The ark rested on Mount Ararat, high above the earth that was once covered with water. When Noah opened the door, fresh air rushed in. He stepped out with his family and the animals. The land was quiet, clean, beautiful. A new world had begun. Noah built an altar. He knelt and thanked God for saving them. His heart was full, not just of relief, but of worship. Then God placed a rainbow in the sky. It was bright and full of color, stretching from one end of the heavens to the other. God promised that never again would He destroy the world by a flood. The rainbow would be a sign, a covenant between heaven and earth, a reminder of mercy stronger than judgment. Every time rain falls and the rainbow appears, it whispers the same message. Even when storms come, God's promises still stand. The story of Noah's Ark is more than just water and wood. It is a story about faith that listens when others laugh, about obedience that builds when others mock, about mercy that saves when the world drowns in pride. Noah's story reminds us that walking with God may not make sense at first, but in the end, it always leads to safety. It reminds us that even in our darkest days, God is still building something beautiful inside the storm. Noah trusted God, and the world began again. Trust God, obey Him, and you will always find safety in His promise.